Good evening. My name is John, and this is the Homestead Diary. You might find yourself asking, where are you walking? Because that roof looks awfully close, doesn't it? What do you know? Scaffolding. We finally got scaffolding. I should have gotten scaffolding 20 years ago. Scaffolding is awesome. Home Depot was running some sort of a deal where we got 3 sections of scaffolding for, I think it was $600, and then they gave us the military discount, and then they damaged the order the first time, and so they gave us like $100 more off or whatever. I don't know. So it ended up not being that expensive, and it is so nice to work on a stable surface, not having to do so from a ladder. And what is interesting is the second time they ordered the scaffolding, that also got damaged. And they were trying to tell us that, well, you know, we're concerned or whatever. And I looked at it, and at the top, I don't know if you can see here, there are these little pins. And these things right here press in, and you can remove this piece right here. Well, one of those, on one of the sections of scaffolding, had been slightly damaged so that you cannot pull the pin out. I don't see how that's a problem. And so we talked to them, and we eventually convinced them that it's not an issue. Well, they have this thing where stuff that you order online is different from what's in the store, even though it's the same brand, the same thing, everything. But what comes into the store, the inventory differently or whatever. And we finally convinced them, hey, why don't you take one of those things that's off the rack, that is exactly what we ordered, and give it to us so we can take our order home like 6 weeks after we ordered it. And they finally agreed to do that. Oh, but they threw in the damaged one too. So now we have 7 little upright sections. Well, I guess that means we need to buy one more and a couple more sets of cross bracing so that way we have 4 sets of scaffolding, because why not? They also have these things where it's like I don't know what you call it, a scaffolding board. It's a aluminum thing with boards on it, and it's got little hooks to go over the side, and it covers like half of the 5 feet. And so you got to buy 2 of them for each section of scaffolding in order to have something to walk on. And they wanted like $200 for one of these things. Like, you were out of your minds. So we just took some plywood, which we happen to have some around, because we stockpile stuff like that whenever we have a chance. And screwed some 2x4s to the underside, 2 on each sheet of plywood, and it's the correct length to where it can't slide off. It's not going to come off. You'd have to be underneath it in order to lift it off. And so it's totally secure. It's totally awesome. And I don't know, I'm psyched. I'm talking about scaffolding like it's this big thing. But for me it is, because I don't like working from ladders, and it's not a fear of heights thing. It's you make a cut and you go up the ladder and you're like, oh, that's off. So you got to go back down the ladder, make another cut, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Instead, you set it up on the scaffolding, your sawhorses and all that, and you do all your work right there. So it's super easy, super convenient. And let me tell you, doing a remodel like this goat shack, as we're calling it, it makes a difference, because God bless them, the person who put it together, it's kind of janky. And so it's taken some work to try to get it massaged. I know it's not going to look perfect, but it's going to be good enough that I can put some metal roofing on it. And this shack, which has probably been here for, I don't know, I'm guessing 40 years, maybe as long as I've been alive, will be protected. And that way we can store our baby goats here, among other things. For now, it's baby goats. Why baby goats? 1, we have a structure. 2, it improves the smell. Because the last people who were living here thought that it was a good idea to use this building as their doghouse, which wouldn't normally be bad, but they never cleaned their doghouse. And so, despite many applications of bleach and whatnot, it is a bit odoriferous. And so hopefully the goats will improve that, and it'll just have that sweet smell of hay, and it'll kind of soak up all the nastiness. And I don't know, I'm guessing they'll be here for maybe 6 months or so. I've got to build a barn like over there, way over there. And that's going to take some time, and it's going to take some energy, and it's going to require a battle with the ticks and the chiggers. And as soon as it gets bad, I'm coming back inside the wire. because that's where the chickens are. These awesome little creatures that are running around eating all the little bugs and stuff that nobody likes. And so I should quit babbling. Life is good. We're having fun. Hope you all having a blessed day.